Today I'm going to teach you the most basic and easiest ways to simplify trigonometric expressions, and that is to rewrite in terms of sine and cosine. Here's what that means. If I go to this second to last page here, you can see that tangent can be rewritten in terms of sine and cosine. A while back ago, we learned that tangent is actually equal to sine divided by cosine. Remember that? Remember that cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. You flip it upside down. And that secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And that cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, which is cosine over sine. Those are really the four main important things that we're going to use today. And it will help us to simplify these and put them in the reduced form that we want. So we try our first one. Sine of theta times secant of theta. Does this already have a sine or a cosine as it's written? Yes. So I just leave it. I don't change it. But I am going to put it over 1 times secant. That's not written as a sine or a cosine, is it? Using your sheet, how can you rewrite secant so that it has a sine or a cosine? 1 over cosine of theta. Now I will multiply those together. How do I multiply fractions? Straight across. Sine times 1 will give me sine of theta. 1 times cosine is cosine of theta. And I'm left with sine over cosine. Does that look like something familiar? Tangent. So, the final result is sine times secant can be simplified to just tangent. Okay? Let's try another one. Cotangent. And I rewrite cotangent so it has a sine or a cosine. How? How about cosine of theta over sine of theta? Yes, cotangent is 1 over tangent. Unfortunately, that won't help me. Times, does sine have a sine or a cosine in it already? So just write it as sine over 1. As I multiply those together, what will happen? Yep, and so the signs will cancel, won't they? Leaving you with what? Cosine of theta. So, cotangent times sine simplifies to cosine of theta. Sometimes they don't really simplify. How could you rewrite secant? 1 over cosine. How could you rewrite cosecant? 1 over sine. Does anything cancel? No. Is sine times cosine something special on our note sheet? No. Sine divided by cosine or cosine divided by sine is, but sine times cosine is not. So this doesn't really simplify at all. In fact, it is simplified at the very beginning. There's nothing that we really do. Let's try another one. Cotangent times secant. Neither one of these has a sine or a cosine. How do you rewrite cotangent? Cosine of theta over sine of theta. How about secant? How do you rewrite that? 1 over cosine. What happens? Cosines cancel, leaving you with 1 over sine of theta. 1 over sine of theta, is that something special? 1 over sine of theta something special? Cosecant. Try the next two on your own. All right, so 1 over cosine gives you secant, okay? So that's what you should have for E. For this one, I'll write it as 1 over cosine times 1 over sine times cosine over sine. Cosines will cancel, leaving it 1 over, this is sine squared. And 1 over sine squared can be rewritten as cosecant squared. Okay? Step factor. Right? Does this factor? You don't know, do you? You don't know. Nope. Doesn't go into this one. This is an odd number. You don't know, right? And that's the tough thing about this section that we're going through. You would like for me to give you kind of that definitive answer. You know, here's how you can do it every time. And I just can't do that. You're like, well, I've always had it before. No, you haven't. Is 24 divisible? Can you factor 24? Yeah. But how about 57? Yeah, you can. It's 3 times 19. So, you know, some of it just depends on how good you are at it over time, right? And so that's what you're trying to get is better at it so you can recognize. A lot of people see 57, they're like, well, that's a prime number. It's actually not. So it's 3 times 19. So, you know, as you see more of these examples, hopefully it'll kind of come to you with some of the tricks of the trade. Tangent. Tangent is sine of theta over cosine of theta. Divided by, how do you rewrite secant? 1 over cosine. Oh no, I have a complex fraction. What do you do when you have a complex fraction? A fraction over a fraction. Multiplied by the reciprocal. So you times by cosine of theta over 1. Those cancel, leaving you just sine of theta. Cosecant over cotangent. How do you rewrite cosecant? Over multiplied by the reciprocal. What happens? Sines cancel, leaving you with 1 over cosine. What is 1 over cosine? Secant. Try the next one. Sine times secant. Sine over 1 times secant. 1 over cosine. Divided by, what is tangent? Instead of dividing, I will multiply by the reciprocal. Cosines cancel. What else cancels? 1 over 1 is 1. And there are many ways to do these problems. Often the way I show you isn't necessarily the way I did it when I was in school, but I just try to show you the way that I think most students will kind of catch on and understand this. Next one, tangent. How do you rewrite that? Over. It's written as cosine, so I don't want to change it. I like the fact that it's already written as cosine. I'm not going to change it in that secant form. But cosecant, now that doesn't have a sine or a cosine, so I will rewrite it to be 1 over sine. Yep, so we get sine of theta over cosine of theta divided by cosine of theta over sine of theta. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Does anything cancel? Sine times sine is sine squared. Cosine times cosine is, what is sine over cosine? Tangent. So what's sine squared over cosine squared? Tangent squared. Last one for the day. Sine squared over 1 times cotangent. Cosecant. What will happen? Yep, because there's sine squared in the denominator, so that's going to cancel the sine squared in the numerator. Too bad. I'm going to show you something else. Okay? It's going to be really simple. You can't have a negative angle. And here's what happens. You have sine of a negative angle. Move the negative out front. All we're doing is we're just looking at your even and odd identities on your back page. So if you would flip to this page right here, we're looking at what's referred to as even and odd identities. So I will just show you a brief piece right here that you don't even have to write it down, just let it sink in your brain. Same thing for its reciprocal. So cosecant of negative theta, the negative moves out front. Same for tangent. If you have tangent, the negative moves out front. Same thing for cotangent. The negative moves out front. But for cosine, it's different. Just goes away. Secant. The negative goes away. So these four, the negative comes up front. Those two, the negative just goes away. That's all you have to remember. Okay. So you'll be ready for an assignment now? I think you are. There you go. There's 11 problems for you. We had 11 problems today in class. Did you use the sheet of notes that I gave to you today? Did you ever look at it, reference it? So please get used to that. That is your lifeline for the test.